Once upon a time, in a sunny place called the Meadow of Whimsy, there lived a curious little butterfly named Benny. Benny had the most vibrant blue and yellow wings that sparkled in the sunlight. He loved to flutter around the meadow, exploring every corner and making friends with all the creatures he met. The Meadow of Whimsy was a magical place where flowers bloomed in every color imaginable. There were bright red poppies, sunny yellow daisies, and soft purple violets. Benny loved to dance among the flowers, feeling the gentle breeze on his wings and listening to the cheerful songs of the birds. One bright morning, as Benny was flitting about, he noticed something strange. The Rainbow River, which flowed through the meadow and sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow, looked dull and lifeless. The once bright blues, greens, and reds had faded away, leaving only a murky gray water. Benny felt a pang of sadness in his heart. What happened to the colors of the Rainbow River? He wondered. He decided he had to find out. With a determined flutter of his wings, he set off to gather his friends. First, he found Lola, the ladybug, who had a shiny red shell that glimmered like a tiny jewel. "Lola!" Benny called. "Come quick! The Rainbow River has lost its colors. We need to help." Lola's eyes widened with concern. "Oh no, Benny. That's terrible. What can we do?" "We need to find out who took the colors and how we can bring them back," Benny replied. "Let's ask Timmy, the wise old turtle. He knows many things." Together, Benny and Lola flew and waddled over to the big shady tree where Timmy lived. Timmy was resting on a rock, basking in the warm sun. When he saw his friends, he smiled and waved. "Hello, Benny and Lola. What brings you here today?" "Benny told me that the Rainbow River has lost its colors," Lola exclaimed. "We need your help to find out what happened." Timmy's wise eyes twinkled. "Ah, yes. I have heard whispers in the wind about a gloomy cloud monster who has been hoarding all the colors. He lives high above the meadow where the clouds gather." Benny's heart raced with excitement. "Then we must go find him. We need to convince him to share the colors again." Timmy nodded. "But remember, my friends, the cloud monster may be sad and lonely. We must approach him with kindness and understanding." With a plan in mind, Benny, Lola, and Timmy set off on their adventure. They flew and walked through the meadow, passing by the colorful flowers that seemed to droop in sadness. The cheerful songs of the birds were replaced by a quiet hush, as if the whole meadow was holding its breath. As they climbed higher and higher, they finally reached the clouds. The air was cool and misty, and Benny could see the outline of the cloud monster in the distance. He was a big, fluffy cloud with a frown that seemed to block out the sun. "Hello, cloud monster!" Benny called out bravely. "We are here to talk to you." The cloud monster looked down, surprised to see the little butterfly and his friends. "What do you want?" he grumbled, his voice deep and rumbling like thunder. "We want to know why the Rainbow River has lost its colors," Benny said. "We heard that you have them." The cloud monster sighed heavily. "I do have the colors, but I keep them because I am lonely. No one wants to play with me. I thought if I had the colors, I would be happy." Lola stepped forward, her tiny heart full of compassion. "But keeping the colors all to yourself won't make you happy. You could share them with us, and we could all have fun together." Timmy nodded wisely. "Friendship is what brings joy, not just colors. If you let us help you, we can show you how wonderful it is to share." The cloud monster looked thoughtful. "But what if I share and no one wants to be my friend?" Benny fluttered closer, his wings shimmering in the soft light. "We will be your friends. We promise to play with you and show you how much fun it is to share. You don't have to be lonely anymore." The cloud monster's frown began to fade, replaced by a glimmer of hope. "Really? You would be my friends?" "Of course!" Lola chirped. We can have picnics by the Rainbow River and play games among the flowers. Just imagine how much fun it would be. With a deep breath, the cloud monster nodded slowly. Okay, I will share the colors, but you must promise to be my friends. Benny, Lola, and Timmy cheered with joy. We promise! They exclaimed together. With that, the cloud monster began to release the colors he had hoarded. Bright reds, blues, yellows, and greens swirled around him like a beautiful rainbow. The colors danced through the air and splashed into the Rainbow River, bringing it back to life. As the river sparkled under the golden sun, Benny, Lola, and Timmy celebrated with a vibrant picnic by the water. They spread out a colorful blanket and filled it with delicious treats: sweet berries, crunchy leaves, and even a few drops of honey. The cloud monster floated down to join them, his fluffy form glowing with happiness. Thank you for being my friends, he said, his voice now warm and cheerful. I never knew sharing could feel so good. As they enjoyed their picnic, the meadow came alive with laughter and joy. The flowers seemed to bloom even brighter, and the birds sang sweet melodies once more. Benny, Lola, Timmy, and the cloud monster played games, danced, and shared stories, creating memories that would last forever. From that day on, the Rainbow River sparkled with colors, and the cloud monster was never lonely again. He had found true friendship in Benny, Lola, and Timmy, and together they learned that sharing and teamwork could turn sadness into joy. And so, in the sunny meadow of whimsy, the colors of the Rainbow River shone brightly, reminding everyone that kindness and friendship are the most beautiful colors of all.